You're listening to the In the Mix podcast with Marvin Joels. Here's your host.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of In the Mix. We're getting going. It's getting into the off season, and I say off season, but we know in the asphalt industry nowadays, there's not really an off season. There's the time we do the work, and there's a time where we prepare to do the work most of the time. For us in the north here, if you're in the south or in the middle belt there, you tend to go all year round. But for me anyways, from the north, most of the time, I spend a lot of time down in Nashville now, as everybody knows. I have an off season. It's just kind of this system that I'm in a little bit. And a big staple of that has been PaveX the last few years. And we're really excited. In the Mix is going to have a booth at PaveX this year. So that's kind of like what I know. And that's going to be my focus. But today I'm really blessed. I have Jessica Lombardo and Amy Schwant from PaveX are going to join us here today. And we're going to talk about PaveX New Orleans. I've never been. I've always wanted a good reason to go down there. And I have a damn good reason to go down this time. How are you guys?
Hey. Doing well. Thank you. Yeah, we're excited about New Orleans as well. We want to showcase the city for our PaveX exhibitors and attendees. And we're really looking forward to hosting you there. We've got a really good lineup to talk about.
Yeah, I'm excited. Jess and I were kind of talking about it a little bit after last year's PaveX. And I'm partial. I just get excited no matter what. Like, you guys could tell me it was going to be in a cardboard box somewhere, and I would just be like, yes, we're going there. We're going to have PaveX there. But with New Orleans, I've never been. I've been to some of these southern historical towns now within the last year or so, and I love the vibe. I love the setting when we get to go there. And apparently they let us just kind of do what we want to do when it comes to outdoor demos and going on like tours and walks and doing things. And we're going to get a bunch of that this year. So first of all, we're talking about the location with New Orleans and a staple. I don't know if it's our Wisconsin roots, y'all, or like what it is, but we tend to know how to party. And the very first the very first thing I want to touch on is the after parties. Jess, you want to let us in a little bit about where we're going? Because I've seen some videos out lately of some cool places.
Yeah, we are really excited because New Orleans is a great place as it is, but we are going to have PaveX in New Orleans during Mardi Gras season. So our after party has always been a huge blowout event, but we're going even bigger with a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We're actually having our after party at the Elms Mansion on the parade route on Thursday night during Mardi Gras. So not a lot of people get to do that ever in their lives, and our attendees get to do that as a part of their PaveX registration. So it's going to be epic, I think is probably the only word I can use to describe that. It's open to all of our attendees. Our sponsors are so excited to help us bring that to New Orleans, and I don't know how we're all going to survive it, but I can't wait to see.
I was just gonna ask you about that, Amy, because I usually come to you if I like need permission to do something. Is this pretty much like the Thursday night after party? Like I can do it. It's okay if I indulge completely. That we're all right.
Yeah, I think it is.
Right.
We do. We have, as Jess said, the Elms Mansion. So we have a destination for everyone to go to and still be together and experience Mardi Gras for one of the best parade nights that they have, from what we're told from many of the folks in New Orleans. So we've rented out the entire space. Our attendees and exhibitors alike can have the freedom to roam about and experience Mardi Gras without the large crowds and waiting in line for beer and trying to find a bathroom. So it's going to be really great to not only end the week that way together, but also experience something like Jess said that's very memorable.
I recently started using the Moser 2 Pro, and I got to say, this thing is a game changer in the estimating and quoting process. It's a smart measuring tool that captures dimensions, calculates areas, volumes, perimeters, and even elevation right from your device. The elevation thing is great for the paving quotes. So you have no more hand notes or second guessing whether your estimate's exactly right or not. Moser takes all that out. I'll be using it on my estimates to create nice terrain maps, streamline my workflow, and make my quoting process more accurate than ever. So if you want to save time and add something to your quotes that separates you from your competitors and levels up your measurements, grab a Moser 2 Pro at Moser.com and use promo code X8Marvin or hit the link in the description. If we couldn't appreciate you anymore or love you anymore, here we are with this beautiful blessing. I really appreciate what you guys go through in the planning, right? I mean, I follow along. I loved the blooper reel, by the way, the other day. You guys do a really good job of making it look like everything goes in one take. And I know, right, from making videos, that's definitely not the case. So I've been waiting for this thing. I knew there had to be some good ones. So I'm really excited, especially with what we've seen. And, let's be honest, for a lot of us in the asphalt industry, PaveX is our vacation. Like it's our thing that we get to do and get away. We get to see all of our friends. We're around people who understand what we do and what we go through. That's the one unique thing that I love the most about PaveX is everybody that's there is probably going through and dealing with and building a business in the same manner as the rest of us. So it's really great to be able to network with them and then create those friendships that last throughout the year, right? So we're really excited about that. Now, the Thursday night marathon that we're going to go through, hopefully we're able to retain some of the education and enjoy some of the information we retain from the booths that we get to go to. Tell us a little bit about the education this year. I'm wearing a Phaser marketing shirt. Luke Egerbrot has become a great friend of mine. That guy is killing it in his seminars and on his speeches and stuff. His education is great. But then you get looking down the list, and we just have heavy hitters. We have the heavy hitters from when I first started hanging out with you all that are, have taught us, younger generation, how to do it. And then we got the younger guys that are just knocking it out of the park. What can we expect on the education side this year?
Yeah, so we're bringing back the boot camp. We had a really great success with that last year with Brad. That will be on Monday afternoon. Brad's going to be talking about, how to help bring new processes to your business, which is a really important thing. And one thing our education advisory board said is that we need more education that's focused on every spectrum. So we had a lot of education that was heavy on the contractor side, boots on the ground, and then we had business management, but we didn't have that education for the in-between managers, the middlemen, the people who want to keep growing in their business. So a lot of the education that you will see this year at PaveX will be focused on that. We cut back from 90 hours to 60 hours because we do know where we're at in New Orleans, and we are not going to start education at 7 a.m. We're going to start it at 8, which is still early, but we want to maximize the time that people do have when they're in New Orleans. And that's one thing that Amy and I intentionally do with building PaveX and with the experiences we have there. We want people who do come and who spend their time and money on the education and on the trade show floor to get the most out of their time away from their families and their businesses. So the education is purposely built that way. And I think that attendees are really going to appreciate the offerings in that realm of a lot of new courses that they haven't seen before.
Sure. Yeah. Last year when I got to come, I didn't have a booth. Obviously, everybody knows that I kind of took an easier year last year. I didn't have to host an event or do anything. So I actually participated in the education last year, which was like the first time in a long time. And I had Nick Yoss's education session on subcontracting. Mm-hmm. No lie, I used what I learned in that to do our first subcontracting contract in Nashville. And I called Nick. Right. I mean, all the speakers, you go there and you get one-on-one with them. You can get their information so that you're able to text them or call them or email them. And I was like, hey, Nick, I just want to make sure I got this right. I went over it all and Nick was like, yep, you checked all the boxes. Should go great. Sure enough, went fantastic. And, it's some of that education and stuff that we retain, even me, right? This is past my second decade that I'm getting at PaveX still with this continuing education that shows value. On the flip side of it, one thing I've noticed that this is our third year in PaveX, and PaveX has always had this mindset of we're going to move with how the industry is moving so that we provide everything we need. Bryce Harum, right? That guy's going to be there, and he's the middleman kind of mindset. A lot of our companies now, when we all first got together, was owner operated, few guys, and now they've grown. We have middle management. We have a lot of people within the businesses that need some of this middle education. And when you look at PaveX's education format now, we have things for everybody. We still have for the guys like me. We have the higher education that we're going to get to. And then we're going to have some middleman stuff so we can build this business all the way through. It's really a blessing, I think, to be able to look at that thing and be like, okay, I don't need these, but my 2 crew leads need this. And then somebody else needs this. And then we're all able to bring it back and debrief. It's a huge value if you can spread your team out over the education. Imagine if you never had to go look at a project again to know exactly what it's going to take to complete this thing. And you can also know whether or not a client is actually going to buy from you or not. Wouldn't that be awesome? You can do that. AI can do that. And there's a company that's utilizing that in order to make that possible. And that's FormView. So FormView has the homeowners take a video. This video gets sent into the software. And based on that video, FormView provides contractors with details of the work required, so a scope summary. And the AI also generates an analysis of the project requirement, and it gives you the buyer intent score. So this helps gauge the likelihood that a homeowner or project manager is going to move forward with the project. Then you don't have to make these trips out. If you have 10 quotes each day, you don't have to actually go to them. You can just go to FormView and see the video, interact with the AI, and then decide whether or not you're going to pursue this. Send them over an intelligent scope of work on your quote, and it really helps save you time overall. So go to formvue.com and check out FormView and see what they're doing over there.
I think that you touched on it too. The speakers that I work with for PaveX are going to always be there for attendees after their class. They're going to give you their email. They're going to become a mentor for you. I'm never going to put somebody on the stage who's going to be like, I don't have time to talk to you about this. Like, if you didn't learn it here, you're not going to learn it. And I think that that's really important. And what makes PaveX education so special is that you're meeting somebody who's going to become, your industry friend and mentor for the next years to come.
Yeah. We've always found out that your network increases your net worth, and it's something that you get to increase your network. That becomes your peer, like the person that was teaching you how to do this and has it with success. That's going to become your peer. I had a conversation with Guy Grunberg last week, right? And Guy was like, Marvin, how come I get older and you never look any older from the first time I seen you? I'm like, well, I kind of took the easier route in business, I guess. Maybe it was a little bit less stressful, me going this route. But I can remember my very first session that I ever seen educational wise in the asphalt industry was with Guy. And some of the stuff I learned there, especially about marketing, has bled over. So it's really nice to be able to build those networks. Now, on the flip side, when I was picking out the In the Mix booth this year, Amy, you brought up the map of all the exhibitors. And I was like, well, I want to be by a big marquee name, right? Everybody always like, I want to be by somewhere where I'm going to be by somebody who probably has booth space. So I started looking on one side. I was like, oh, right here. And then I was like, well, wait, they're over here. Maybe I'll go right here. Well, then I was like, shoot, I guess just put me anywhere, because they're all heavy hitters, right? Out on this big main floor. We have some of the largest names in the asphalt industry out here, some of the most well-known names. Tell us a little bit about some of those names and who we're going to see this year.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, we have over 115 exhibitors. We're still getting contracts daily now, and we will see that right up until the week of the event, especially with some of the smaller booths, which absolutely round out the experience. So all of them are very vitally important. But we have some of the larger tried and true equipment manufacturers, Leeboy, Weiler, Wirtgen. Wirtgen America is actually sponsoring the roller rodeo this year. Hom rollers will be used, and we'll talk about the outdoor demos, I'm sure, very soon. But for the indoor experience, yeah, you're exactly right, Marvin. We have a lot of the big name players, but we have a lot of software companies. We have a lot of up and coming technologies to share, new product application, new sweeper representation around with new broom manufacturers, and of course on the striping side. So
yeah,
along with the indoor experience this year, I have something new to share that I haven't even shared with you yet.
I'm excited.
We are bringing back equipment giveaways.
Let's go.
Yes. So we are going to have every attendee will have one entry to put into any piece of equipment that's being given away on the show floor. Right now, Graco is giving away a $20,000 striping unit with brand new features. Sealrite is giving away a full seal coat unit with tank and brush, over $20,000 in value. So I'm going to just start with those two, and you might see a few more on the show floor. But Also, you can purchase additional tickets to put in if you'd like to optimize your chances to
Heck
win one.
yes. This is one of my favorite ideas in such a long time. I'm so excited about this one. So what you're saying essentially is, even if you're not in the asphalt industry, but you're thinking about it, you could come to PaveX, get on the show floor, have chances to win pieces of equipment that would immediately put you into the business.
You got it.
That's exactly right.
Unbelievable. I can't wait. Shoot, I need a new seal right too. Maybe I'll stick in there. I'll want to get one. Maybe Eli can get one and then he can get out of the house and start right. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that's amazing. I'm really, really excited about that. I'm always a sucker for the show floor. And I can remember when we all first started to meet each other and whatnot. I remember I spoke about how we would all collaborate at some point. Like it wouldn't be this company only works with this company or this company only works with this company. Now, of course, we've found out that collaboration helps make things more robust. And as you're pointing out, Amy, we have some of these big equipment manufacturers and suppliers that are now working with some of the software technology and putting them together. So you get to visit one booth that has this technology, and then you get to go to that booth that actually produced the technology and see how they can retrofit your equipment and all this stuff. So it's fantastic. We've created this. I always had this intention, but I think we've created this symbiotic kind of thing where we all work with each other and depend on each other, and everything works better when we all work together. So that is really exciting for me. Let's not wait any longer. Let's talk about the competition. So we have the roller rodeo, right, which is a collaboration. We're gonna be having hom rollers on there. We're really excited, but also there's a striping competition. Am I right about that? So let us in a bit on these.
Yeah, I do want to talk quickly about proximity too for everybody. So the trade show floor is the very first two halls in the New Orleans Convention Center, which is amazing because it's the longest convention center in the United States.
Oh,
so we have the prime
literally 1 mile long.
1 mile long. So those are really close to all of the host hotels, but right outside of the entrance of the exhibit hall floor, just steps away, is the parking lot with the outdoor demonstration.
Oh, heck yes.
You can go back and forth this year very easily. We have the trade show floor open while the competitions are going as well. So we're not moving
every shuttle or do anything.
Yeah.
Nice.
So as we talked about the roller rodeo, we have enlisted our dear friends at CW Matthews to help us with that. They've done very successful with their roller rodeos.
Yeah.
And HOM is the exclusive. So everyone will be operating a HOM roller. Don't panic if you've never used one before. There'll be product specialists there. And what you do is when you register, there will be an indicator on your registration to say that you would like to participate in the roller rodeo.
Very cool.
And we will get as many people through it as we can. There will be judges. We will have an MC. We're going to have music. We're going to have a scrolling leaderboard. And everyone gets their shot at the roller rodeo competition. They're driving through a maze of bits with some challenges and some cones and different artifacts out that if they hit them, there are some reductions in points there. And then we have the finals on the final day, Thursday afternoon after the show closes. The top 3 finalists will compete for first and second and third place. And first place is going to have a huge PaveX roller rodeo champion belt.
Let's go. I was just going to ask that question. Like, who's going to brag? Like, somebody's going to be bragging. I can't wait. And then they better come back and defend that. All right. We do this again. They better come back and defend that. That's really exciting. I think I love that. I just love that we get to do all these things, right? Last year at PaveX, I was like, there's stuff going on here, stuff going on there. But then for me, I want to encompass everything. But there's some guys where they're like, I just want to drive the damn rollers. Mm-hmm. There's other guys who are like, I just want to do this segment and be on the show floor and talk to vendors. We have something for everybody. And, the fact that we get to do some cool competitions now with some bragging rights. I don't know if you guys know this, but the asphalt industry is a proud group. So
I had no idea.
So the fact that anybody gets to brag over somebody else, you're going to have a lot of signups. There's going to be guys that never drove rollers before, but have a shot at some clout, or they're going to be like, all right, I'll try it. And we're going to have guys that are doing a striping competition. They're like, it can't be that hard. These guys roll up and do it in an
They're
hour.
gonna learn. Yeah.
They're going to learn.
That's right. The
And I
striping
think that-
competition is going to be amazing as well because that is sponsored by Graco. A same format, but it'll be going on at the same time as the roller rodeo. So pick your poison, do them both, do one. Watch your fellow contractors and friends compete. And then the winner of the striping competition, Graco has so generously donated line laser ES 3400 for the winner.
Get out.
Oh, and second place gets the ES 500 stencil. So
Wow.
that's another opportunity.
Holy cannoli, y'all. So I was recently on my way back down to Tennessee, and I was going through Indiana doing some heavy highway construction there, and I seen them paving at night, and they had these lights on the back of the paver that illuminated the whole area. You could see the skid steers, you could see the dump trucks, you could see everything. And these big balloon lights on the back came from Portable Lighting Solutions. So PLS is the only balloon light manufacturer offering a replaceable screw-in LED bulb that is field serviceable in minutes. They have a patented slide-in assembly, and they have a push to rapidly deploy mechanism. So you just push down on the light, and the light pops up and is illuminated. You push back down, it shuts off. And they're manufactured here in the USA. There's no patch kits needed. There's not a blower motor. There's no set screws, and they're UL certified. So if you're interested in putting one of these on your paver, I think I'm going to put one on the paver that we just got, and probably on our seal coat unit too, so that we can seal coat at night. You can hop over to portablelightingsolutions.net and put an order in and find yours today. They are ARA members, APWA members, and Women of Asphalt members as well. Once again, that's portablelightingsolutions.net. There's people out here who could win it all. You could win something on the show floor and then go out and stripe your way to a striper. You could literally have my business in one trip.
Yeah.
There's somebody that's probably like that would happen to them. And they're literally just going to have a business rolled out. This is amazing. I'm really excited about that. When we were talking earlier, Jess, you mentioned that one thing you love about our speakers is that we're going to be able to interact with them and whatnot. But there's one speaker I have a feeling that we're going to have trouble getting in touch with after he's there, right? I've had the fortune of watching this guy speak, and I just am like at awe that you all are like pulling out all the stops and bringing in a heavy hitter, right? That's really going to help us level up. And one thing I talk about a lot on the podcast is mindset and how it should be for all of us in the industry. You guys took that to the next level and got us an expert. Who we got coming this year?
We do. For the first time ever, we are having a big name opening keynote in New Orleans, and it is Bradley.
Yeah.
So Brad is going to be talking about building that unstoppable mindset and really how contractors can get through their challenges in their everyday. And we're really excited to have Brad doing this opening keynote, and Pavement Group is helping us sponsor that keynote session right through that grand ballroom to the show floor for our networking night and pavement awards right through the trade show floor. So we're going to start it off with a bang, and something that we're really pumped about this year.
Well, go ahead, Amy.
Thank you to our board member and sponsor, Brian Hess. Like Jess said, the Pavement Group had a big hand in helping us with this. And we're going to make sure Brad feels right at home with all of us, and then moving right into the trade show floor for the kickoff reception. And that's where we see so much buzz in life. So I think everyone's going to start the week really with a new, fresh perspective and an energy to move through the week in a fashion that Bradley will deliver in such an amazing way.
Yeah. His podcast, Dropping Bombs, is one way to really get like things explosive right in the start. And with a podcast name like Dropping Bombs, you have to imagine that he's going to kick it off with a good amount of energy, a good amount of insight, and get going. So that's a good way to set the pace and set the tone, if we will. I've been fortunate enough with Brian, right, down in Miami. I got to see Brad speak, and there's a lot of speakers that I get to see, and very few that I really take something from, and I'm like, okay, I can go back and work with this. And I got a feeling, some of the stuff that Brad spoke early on, I still have written down and implemented that right away. So very cool for our our constituents to be able to do that. So, what are we missing? Did we miss anything? I don't think so. With a mile
There's so
long,
much.
there's so much with a mile long exhibition hall. The food is always great that we get to partake in everywhere we go. I think I would like to say that's a Wisconsin thing, but I think that's an America thing. We just like to eat good and eat with each other. So we'll be walking that food off, hopefully, some of it. It's just it's an exciting thing in an exciting time. San Antonio has been great to us. Chattanooga was a blast last year. The one thing that I always allude to, and I think we've done a really good job of, is the venues are for our fun. Most of the time, it's places that we want to go as, people who talk about this event and whatnot, because really what makes it is all the people that attend and you being able to partake in things with them, get new insights, have memories with them. We used to talk about how much we needed to promote things, but when you put on such a good event like you all do, most people are taking pictures and videos and posting and tagging PaveX. Whoever is in charge of that social media account and has the phone with notifications on, God bless them. That thing must have to just sit and hang in the pocket or hang in the backpack and vibrate for that whole experience, because we market it ourselves because it's so damn good. And the first one was a major kickoff. We carried it over, and now you guys are growing it even more with more chances for people who attend to not only take information back, but they could be taking some hardware back. They're taking trophies back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So PaveX really is going wild this year. Where can we learn more information and start checking some stuff out?
Definitely. You can go to the website, pavexshow.com. And we would absolutely encourage everyone to book their hotel rooms. Now it is Mardi Gras week. We've got a huge amount of rooms, but we've already seen over 1,200 rooms booked. Wow. So, and that's pretty early on, and it's ticking by the day. So please reserve your hotel rooms because they're going to be in high demand that week. And then you can, of course, register there, see the schedule, read more about the events and the overall week, which really starts on Monday. We know we're asking a lot of everyone.
Yeah.
It starts on Monday with the can't miss events and the kickoff party all the way through Thursday night.
Yeah.
So really just to take a dive, take a look at the website, see who's going to be there, register, get your classes lined up, and get your hotel rooms reserved.
Yeah. I'm fairly good at math after doing square footage and square yards and whatnot over the years. Let's say there's 2 people per each person, because you don't come to PaveX alone. Like, you do that. I don't know. Usually you're bringing somebody, and we have over 1,200 rooms reserved. That means we're over 2,500 people already. Guys, this is going to be big. This is going to be big. We got some people coming, right?
That's what we think.
It's going to be big.
Okay, very cool. Any last things we should know? Anything we should remember? Anything you all want to say to everybody who's listening or watching? Between Wiscoat, podcasting, writing, speaking, and family, I'm busy. As you can imagine, it's a lot to juggle. How do I do it? I stay organized. Jobber's been my secret weapon at my asphalt business, which takes up most of my time, but is also the force that allows me to do everything else in my schedule. That's why it's essential that Wiscoat runs fluidly and smooth. After making the switch to Jobber a few years ago, I simply wish I would have done it sooner. The process from when a client reaches out to when we complete a project for that customer has never been easier for us. From quoting, invoicing, scheduling, tracking hours, and even marketing, Jobber's made it all happen in one place in a way that everybody on our team can understand. If you're interested in a free 14-day trial of Jobber, an exclusive discount code for In the Mix listeners, check out the show description to find the link to try Jobber today.
I would say thank you all for your support and your belief in this event. We love it. It is truly the Super Bowl in the industry from where we sit. Not that we're biased, but we want to just thank everyone. We hope that we see all of you in New Orleans. And as always, our doors always open. You can contact Jessica or myself anytime if you have questions. No question is a stupid question. We want to help you navigate and optimize your experience. So we're really looking forward to seeing you in February.
Great.
Yeah, this is really your event. This was built from years of you guys asking for things, asking for demos, asking for a robust trade show floor and more education. So It was built by you, kind of by us, but mostly by you. So please continue to let us know how we can build this event and make it everything that you want it to be.
Well, you both are doing a fantastic job. And, I think for all of us, we are so appreciative because we don't, besides saying, hey, we'd love to see this or we'd love to see that, it's not really on our responsibility to make that happen, but you all do a fantastic job of, and have always done a fantastic job of listening to the community, listening to our business owners and our people within the asphalt industry and being like, okay, let's see how we can deliver on this. And I don't know. I don't know what you all are going to do next year. Like this, I'm excited. I'm excited to see. Yeah, talk about pressure. Yeah. And asphalt, I've come to find out it's all about pressure. So very cool. I really appreciate you all. It was great to see you. I'm really excited to have a booth back there again this year and us be able to spend some time together. But most of all, I'm just excited to see PaveX do its thing. It's a wonderful thing, and we really, really appreciate you putting it together. So thanks for joining us and giving us some information. And I look forward to seeing you all in New Orleans.
Thanks, Marvin.
Awesome.
All right, everybody. So do your thing. Get over and check out PaveX and make sure you register today. Book your hotel room for sure, right? Don't do it the backwards way. I've been guilty of that. And you find yourself in some crazy hotels if you go that route. So do that early and just plan accordingly. And it sounds like there's a lot going on. So make sure you plan out your path this year at PaveX. As always, we want to thank our sponsors of In the Mix. And we also, I don't know why I wouldn't say this, but we want to make sure that the PaveX sponsors and participants and exhibitors know that we really appreciate them as well. For myself and for Jessica and Amy, this has been In the Mix, where asphalt is opportunity. Peace.